Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the review of my grand train station at long last. Here it is. Well, this took 40 hours to put together, and I am amazed at the results. This is the best structure slash landmark slash whatever you want to call it. You know, something you would actually find on a layout. This is the first proper one that I've made. I've made a few other ones like sheds and workshops and signal boxes before in the past, but nothing meets the quality and detail of this. So, I'm going to try and make a review video. I don't know how well this is going to go because there's so much to cover. I want to try and do this in one take as well, so there is that thing to keep in mind. If you've been keeping up with the, what's the series, like the work in progress series, then you'll know all the changes that have been made to the station before it got to this. If you haven't seen the series, then I encourage you to go back and watch this video last in the series, because it's a better understanding of putting things together. And besides, if you watch videos backwards, then it's less of an encouragement to watch the other videos. So yeah, there is that. Let's get started, shall we? Here is the main ticket office with a removable roof, of course. We'll get to the roof in just a moment. So the building here is in tan, and that is a good thing. It adds more colour to the model, because the rest of the model has white bricks that stand out. And it saves those white bricks for said model, so that's pretty good. Inside we do have details. We have the main ticket desk with the female worker there, getting work done. And on the other side is the restaurant slash cafe. It's not big enough for it to be a restaurant, but as you can see, it has a brick that says restaurants on it. So I used it, and I think it fits pretty well. And he is also getting work done. The roof is a removable piece, as you can see here. Plenty of tiles keeping it all together, and it looks a bit like a mess, and frankly it is. It was a lot better, but I had to add this little trapdoor piece. I think it's pretty cool though, because when I was putting the minifigures on, it adds a bit of personality. We have a rubber guy trying to sneak his way onto the platform without paying for tickets. I don't suppose it's too difficult, since you could just go around the building and jump onto the platform. Bit of a problem, but oh well. Speaking of minifigures and giving them life, it's nice to be able to customize the minifigures and, you know, position them and do whatever you want with them. So we've got 3 people here with cameras and binoculars. They're train spotters, basically. And I've also done what I can to try and avoid using the same head and torso pieces. Like hair and trousers, they're all going to be repeated across a few minifigures, and that's not going to be a problem. But to be able to give them a bit of uniqueness, I've tried to avoid using the heads and torsos, and I think I've done alright across the minifigures. There are a lot of minifigures here, and I was putting them all together. How many did I actually put on? I don't know. Between 20 and 30, something like that, but yeah. It was quite a difficult challenge to be able to do that. Speaking of uniqueness for the minifigures, we have a guy trying to leg it off the platform in just his underwear. Poor sod. We have a kind of a separate timetable piece here, because I have one of these on both platforms. We'll get to those in just a moment. But I suppose that kind of fills up the space on this platform as well, because everything else has, like, as you can see on there, there's a lot going on there. This platform has the main ticket area, and this would have been just a blank platform, and I didn't really like that. So, just to fill up a bit of space, built this, put it together, and just added it there. Because, yeah, why not? We got Big Boss Man in the top hat with a couple of his favourite employees having a chat, making sure the railway's running smoothly. Let's use... Hang on, let's use that. I'll just shuffle forward. Here we go. So this is one of the more modern looking timetable pieces. This is something that I originally had put together during the beginning of the series. It was going to be a part of the wall, but given how things have changed, it's now separate. And it's also symmetrical on the other platform too, so they're in line, and it kind of carries that symmetry across the rest of the station. So yeah, it's nothing too special, you know, this is kind of like the beginner sort of area. I didn't start on this area first and then work my way down. I built it all up, like, from the bottom going upwards across the entire thing. So yeah, this is definitely one of the last areas I touched upon, actually. This building in particular, because it was, you know, a lesser focus to the primary building. So, I've got to shuffle my way down. There we go. Gives us a better view of the centre platform. This is only 4 studs wide. Yes, really. Why is it only 4 studs wide? Because I want to be able to fit my giants along here as well. Big Red and Emerald Champion can fit under the arches. For Big Red, I do have steam details coming out of the funnels, so I do have to take those off before I can have it run underneath the arches there. But, you know, that's something I'm okay with. I mean, it's just a special detail for when it's on the go. But yeah, these are also lamp pieces you can get from the Metroliner sets. The headpiece in particular is a lot more chunky. You can get some thinner ones as seen in the modular sets. And there is, again, some more modular inspiration. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's taken apart. And it's all done with these Technic pins. So I've lined these up on the respective piece that it will be attached to. The thing is, I tried to, like, so for these two to go together, they'll be positioned like that. For that one, it'll be inwards a little bit more, but I'm not going to exactly mess them up now, am I? I know where they're all going to go, so me trying to, you know, position the pins in different places is a bit stupid. But nonetheless, it does help when it comes to taking this apart and, you know, putting it away, keeping things tidy. It also helps with a problem that I had near the beginning, because when it was all one solid flat piece, instead of it being straight like that, it would curve like that. It would lift up at both ends, and that got really frustrating. So the pins actually saved that, and I'm very happy that I did that. Another bonus as well is that I actually extended the size of the platform to be a little bit longer, by a whole track piece as well, I think. So when it was all together and connected there, just imagine this piece being about, so yeah, it just kind of shrinks in like that. I think that it would only come up to about here or something like that. This whole like end section would be removed. It's not bad. So I may as well only show one of the sides, because again, I've got a symmetry thing going on with both sides of the platform. So we have minifigures and seats. I've got plenty of decoration going on, but you can't really see it like that. So let's actually show you this side. So that is what the bench looks like. Oh, well, come on camera, there we are. So it's a 10x3 plate. It's not an actual thing. I've had to build it up with some, like a 2x10 plate and a 1x10, put them together, and again just building it upwards from there. I've got 4 blue seats with a 1x8 in front of them, and some 1x3 slopes just to the side to act as armrests. And I think these look really good. It's a lot better than a boring brown bench, or just having a couple of those blue seats separate. It looks so good as well. Because it's blue, it brings more colour to the platform. It brings more life to it as well. I'm very glad that I did that. We have some more life as well in the minifigures. We have 3 football fans waiting to catch the train to go to a stadium and support their favourite teams. You may have noticed they're all wearing different jerseys. I would prefer if they were wearing the same ones, but at the same time, having them wear different ones gives them a bit of uniqueness. So yeah, like that. Again, centre platform, nothing really going on, so may as well just skip over that. Actually, before I move on, the walls, I may as well do it from this side. So the wall is actually a bit annoying. So it's 1 brick thick, as you can see. If I turn it around this way, you can see on the end there, that's only 1 stud thick, I should say. And that was the original plan, I must confess, you know, I'm not going to go away from that. But it goes into 2 studs thick along the end here. These are 2x2 slopes. I'd rather they were 1x2 slopes, so it was only going to be in line with the red tiles here. This was a problem because I didn't want to buy any bricks online. I wanted to stick with the bricks that I had. I'm now very low on chunky white bricks, as you can tell, but this is a good thing. What wasn't a good thing again was the 1x2s, and having to use these here means I couldn't use them for the roof here. And that became a bit of a struggle. And as you could tell, I've got 1x1s, or 1x2s even, along here, but they had to be in there in order for the whole thing to work. So yeah, trying to build this made complications, and yeah, in order for things to work I had to do things differently. So I could actually just take those off and put those there, but you know what, I've made it now. I think it actually kind of looks a little bit better with the thickness along there. I don't know. What do you think? 2 studs or 1 stud? Let me know. The roof is also nothing I don't know if you can see this as well, but it's sloping a little bit. So because it's really thin, and it can't really sit on anything, I'm a bit prone to knocking this off. So yeah, if I try and keep those there we are, just move it back a bit. That has happened a few times where I've leant over this to try and put some minifigures on the platforms and this would just be pushed over. Not a big problem though, because you know it's low, I just put it back on. But all seriousness, back to the roof. It's nothing special. Pardon me. It's only 4 studs thick again, and in order for me to try and get a feeling, you know, get a look that I was happy with, I had to stick with this. I didn't want it to go any further than the platform, which definitely wasn't going to happen, but it was a problem of trying to make this either match or not rub against the height of the rolling stock. Well, I should just say coaches, because that's the only thing that's going to come through here. So if a coach's height came up against this, that could potentially rub against that and that can cause a couple of problems. So I just kept it nice and thin and just kept it all the way back here, and for me it looks good. It works very well and I'm happy with that. Found these curved pieces too, makes it look even better. Now the main section. Oh yeah, look at this. So I love this main section. This is the big chunky bit. We have a clock underneath the staircase. We have a bit of a mess going up the roof for the staircase. There are a lot of gaps and there are a lot of complications for me to try and make this work, but for what it is, I'm happy with this. I could definitely come back to this in the future, but for now it's staying like this. So what's next? Let's have to go over the step. Well, you can see the handrails. I mean, look at those. They look absolutely amazing. One of the best details on this platform, in my opinion. I could have used some more of those slope bricks to extend the wall a little bit more, but you know what? Keeping it here, it's absolutely worth it. They look so good. The stairs, as you can see, for the thicker platforms are the same stairs used for the knockoff Lego sets. So when I started building this, I bought a bunch of cheap Lego sets that were built up as a train station, and the stairs basically look like this. So that does save me having to look through some other boxes to try and find a replacement. And I think this looks really good as well. It's very nice. The thing that doesn't look nice are these windows. Big tall windows I'm happy with. These circles I am not. Because it's injection molded, you can see where it's been injected from, and that stands out a hell of a lot, especially on camera. My goodness, I can't do anything to change that, but who cares? Look at that. I think it looks really good. Sadly, I couldn't replicate it for the other side. I've had to use the smaller windows, but who cares? No one's going to really see it from that side. You're going to see it from this side. Just that front section, just look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. Love it. Just take a moment to take it all in. I think it's quite remarkable. Take some ideas from it, get inspired. If you want to build something, use this. I kind of link this to the modular diner set, because seeing all this curvature and that sort of detail, it kind of reminds me of that. You might think, it's a bit weird, but in a way it's understandable too. So yeah, there is that. It's not bad. It really isn't that bad for someone that doesn't make structures. That's pretty good. Right, I'm going to put this back together and then we're going to end this video. And there it is, my train station. 40 hours of work, well worth it. Oh man, this is going to have to stay on the floor now, isn't it? I can't put this anywhere else. You know what, who cares. So, that's it. This is actually a quicker video than I thought it was going to be. But then again, this isn't take one. So yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed the series for putting this thing together. If you want to be able to make your own station, then use this as inspiration. If anyone can do it, you can. If I can do it, why can't you? It's a lot easier than you think. It's amazing. Like, if you know how to build stuff with Lego, this is going to be a piece of cake. It's going to take a while, maybe, but when you look at the final result, you will be so happy you did it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.